Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for February 7th to the 21st. For the period February 7th to the 11th, we have a ridge here over the south of the eastern or south of the Aleutians. We have below normal heights here with a trough extending down into the western U.S. and we have a ridge here with above normal heights in the east. So we'll look at that. We'll go to look at the models. But eventually, like this trough here will slide eastward and exit. And then this ridge will move away and we'll have another trough. And I'm going to look at the GF. This is the Canadian. This shows it well. We start here with the trough ridge configuration. But then watch as I put it into motion. The ridge over the eastern U.S. slides out. This trough moves out, followed by a brief ridging in the east or in the west. Then a new trough moves in with an upper low in the west, and our ridge moves back into the east. This is the gem and the Canadian. And this shows it well. Looking at the rest of the models. Still maintain the pattern for the period. Now we'll have low pressure in the northeast on Friday. We'll go to Friday. This low pressure here, and this continue to bring heavy snow parts of New England, some mixed precipitation. Here would be rain with snow moving out of Pennsylvania down into the Appalachians. Heavy rain would be offshore, and then that's 7 a.m. on Friday. Then we go to 7 p.m. on Friday. Colder air moves in. You see where the 540 line is way down here to the south. So this might be a little bit of snow shower activity or wraparound moisture that'll be moving into the east. And we see that. And we look at the rest of the models. This is the NavGem. See, the NavGem is slower, exiting the system to the northeast, and then we have the Canadian, the European Terministics, and the GFS. So you see that the NavGem is the slowest. Okay, and we'll have precipitation there. Energy will cross the Appalachians over the weekend. You can see this system right here. Another piece of energy moves here, and this might bring accumulating snows to parts of the southern and central Appalachians late Saturday into Sunday. And then in the west, we'll have a series of Pacific frontal systems that will move into the northwest and northern central Rockies Friday and Saturday. So we have Saturday, and this will bring mountain snow and lower elevation rain, and the system will continue to sink through the west with rain and mountain snows that will push through the Great Basin. Then, further in the period, this will be like next week. Let me get my cursor. We'll have another system down here along the Gulf Coast. And this will bring possibility of heavy rain to the southern plains and lower Mississippi Valley as it interacts with deep moisture from the Gulf. Okay, we're looking at the period for February 12th to 16th. And the pattern remains unchanged. You don't see much of a change in this. So overall, just subtle differences in the strength of the ridge over the East Pacific. But overall, pattern looks generally the same. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures here, and I'm forecasting anomalies of 2 to 8 degrees below normal. Above normal temperatures forecast east of the Mississippi River, and I'm forecasting anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees above normal. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the West Coast states. The probability of occurrence is 35%. We're looking for above normal precipitation for much of this area here. probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Now we're going to look at the period for February 17th to 21st. And the flow remains the same. We still have our strong ridge here, trough, ridge configuration. But as you can see here, let me see. You can look at it. This is the GEFS. The height anomalies are weaker here across Canada in the high latitudes. And the GFS is forecasting above normal heights here near Greenland or over the pole. That's a good sign. Maybe the pattern's going to break down, and we'll see. Maybe we'll have a change in the flow. But that's how I see it for right now. So for this forecast period, forecasting little change in temperature anomalies, and for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the west, and I'm forecasting probability of occurrence 35%, and then we have above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. Oh, and I want to look at one thing, going back to the system that will be affecting the northeast. I'm going to take a look at the Canadian. This is the GEMS, and this will forecast, and also the system affecting the Gulf Coast. You can see that it will have, you can see the amount of precipitation. This is in 3-hour intervals. So we'll go forward. Now we're into Wednesday, Thursday. There's the first system. Then we're into Friday, 6Z Friday, and you see the heaviest precipitation moves out. Then we get lighter precipitation here. And then we'll try to get ahead to Monday. Oh, here we are, Monday. Here's a system in the Southern Plains organizing. And then you can see pockets of heavy rain moving across south. Okay, so that's it for now. That's the long-range weather forecast discussion for February 7th to the 21st. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.